All right, Cornhole fans, the AEC is back, and that is anything, everything Cornhole. If you guys have been following, you know that we have not been here for a while. Unfortunately, Gunnar Briz, my co-host, is not going to be a part of the podcast anymore, at least for now. He is very bombarded with a lot of other projects that he's working on. He is a content creator himself, and so he has just a lot of stuff going on, and he also edits for other channels and things like that, so he just doesn't really have the time for it. But I've missed you all. I want to keep this channel growing. I want to keep Cornhole growing for everybody because throughout my time playing, I've been able to get a lot of people on board with playing, you know, that have never thrown a bag before, but now they're a part of it. So it's really cool. So yeah, the future of this channel is to keep it here, as well as bringing special guests on. I have also had the pleasure of, you know, meeting a lot of pros and just people in the game, you know, over this time. So it is exciting to, you know, see where this channel can go as far as bringing people on and interviewing them, and you know, just picking their brain on, you know, on Cornhole, you know, and there's that. What else do we want to talk about here today? We got quite a few things on the list. I want to give a huge shout out to Brotherhood Cornhole, my sponsor. They picked me up about a year ago, and that's pretty much when I got my journey in Cornhole started. And you know, Brent is the owner of Brotherhood Cornhole, and he is just an amazing person. And you know, he really loves his company, he loves his players, he loves the game. And you know, he is now a tier 1 bag company. So you heard that right. He is tier 1. He's up there with the big cats. And you know, get out there, get yourself some Brotherhood Cornhole gear. Use my code. Hey, Nyberg10 will get you guys, you know, a discount on bags, merch. Get yourself some boards. If you don't got any boards, get out there and start throwing them. Use that code, guys. It will help you out, and it helps me out. It makes me look better too. But yeah, I want to give that huge thanks to him because, you know, without Brent taking me on, you know, who knows where I'd be right now. And you know, just really thankful that he's been in my corner since the beginning. So, and it's exciting to see how far he's come in just the year that I've been a part of the team. And you know, want to thank him again. So make sure you guys, like I said, go check out brotherhoodcornhole.com. Go get your stuff and get out there and start throwing like the pros today. All right, so what has been happening over the year that I have been involved in Cornhole? Well, there's been a few episodes where we've had some talks and some discussions of you know, tournaments that I've been to and things that I've done. But yeah, there's been a lot of travel this year. My first ever time trying to go from the elite status to the pro for next season. If it doesn't happen, hey, we're going to go elite again. We're going to try to keep pushing to the pro status. One of the top ranked right now in California. So, you know, very blessed to be where I'm at right now in the standings. I believe somewhere in the top 5, I want to say, in California, and then inside the top 15, I believe, in the Western Conference. It could have changed a little bit. I don't know. I haven't gone on and checked the rankings here in a few weeks, but last I checked, I think I was like 4th in Cali and like top 15 in the Western Conference, and that's pretty exciting considering that I'm you know, I'm a little fish in a big pond. So yeah, that is pretty cool. So as far as traveling has gone, you know, I've been to places like Florida, New Orleans, Colorado, Ohio. There's a couple more on the list here that I do want to go to this year. I may or may not be able to make it. Not sure yet how it's going to work. Worlds is coming up. That's going to be in South Carolina. I know another one of my big ones that I got coming up is a fun one. It is the Spencer McKenzie's Throwdown. If you guys, you know, enjoy outdoor venue and a whole lot of fun, go and check out the Throwdown. They have everything there. The pros, the vendors, the live music, the tournaments all over the place. Plenty of sit and goes, plenty of blind draws. They got it all there. It's a lot of fun. It's a huge party weekend, And yeah, I recommend you guys go on. You can check it out on the I Play Cornhole website and get yourself registered up in there for those events. And if you don't, then just show up and you know, like I said, they got lots of sit and goes throughout the day and stuff. So check those out. What else do we got here on the menu for today? Yeah, so I made broadcast finally. I talked about this in the past. I finally made broadcast, and you know, it was in Vegas, it was in singles, and it was very humbling. I'll tell you that. I was so nervous. I had been chasing it all season to try to make a broadcast for the first time. I finally did, and Devin Harbaugh, the great Devin Harbaugh, showed me why he is one of the top pros in the world. And you know, the nerves got the best of me, and I was just missing shots, and he wasn't missing, and it was a fast game. So if you saw it, you know. If you haven't, you can see it and you'll understand. But hey, you know, it's a learning experience, and you know, next time if I have the opportunity to make a broadcast again, it'll go different. You know, I'll tell you what. You know, may still lose the game, but I definitely won't lose to nerves. It'll be lost to a good game. You know, or just flat out just had a bad game, you know, but the nerves aren't going to get the best of me anymore. What else we got? We went to state championships this year. That was a lot of fun. That was up in San Jose, and played with my one of my brotherhood partners here, Young Trin, aka Hollywood. We played back at the last Ride conference together, which was a lot of fun. That was in Upland, California. We fell just a little short in that one, and we wanted revenge at the state, so we played state together, and I think we ended up finishing up about 5th. You know, we had really good games. We didn't lose to anything with, like, you know, bonehead mistakes or anything like that. We just lost good games. And then, you know, hats off to Stan Lovett and Eric Cherney for beating us in the losers bracket as they advanced on. You know, 2 OGs of the sport, and you know, 2 great guys that have you know, I've had the pleasure of playing with a few times. So that was it was a lot of fun. So you know, thank you again to Hollywood for playing and throwing with me, man. It was awesome. He's a great player, great guy to be around, and yeah, couldn't ask for a better teammate. What else here? Went to Florida and played in the Elite tournament there with Tony Forbes, and we won. That was exciting. We ended up winning that thing, and we made it to Colorado, and we played the Elite qualifier again there. We fell just shy out of the top 3. We took 4th. You know, we had every opportunity to win it, and we just ended up having, you know, some unlucky bags go our way. You know, but it was still a lot of fun. I fell short in the singles. Singles has been one of the things that I've had to work through myself. I don't know why I struggle in it. It's just a mental thing. But I'm getting better as I go, and I think it's just going to come with the experience and the time. But yeah, it was still, nonetheless, it was a lot of fun. Colorado, that venue was huge. It was absolutely huge. We were in like this big giant indoor inflatable dome. So yeah, really cool. But yeah, went to New Orleans and played out there with Gunner. Had a good time. Really more travel at that point. Played, but really just kind of wanted to see the sights and stuff. So we went out there and we played, and it was a good time nonetheless. And what else here? Yeah, played in the singles at state. Ended up beating out in my first game. I won against Corey Gilbert, aka Lightskin, another ACL pro. And he's an awesome dude to be around. He's just got a lot of energy. He's a lot of fun to talk to and play against. He's a great player. And then right after that, I played against one of Logic's top players in Julius Reyes Jr., aka Juice. And man, just another really nice person to be around. Just great energy. He's just positive all the time, and he is one heck of a player, man. Logic has a lot of top dogs out of Southern California. I'll tell you what, man, they all bring the heat. So, you know, Juice, man, hats off to you, buddy, for doing what you do and always giving great games. What else we here for? We have some standouts. Yeah, some player standouts that, you know, I feel personally just are incredible players. Tony Forbes, man. I mean, he showed us that elite players can win it all. I mean, if you guys have been watching, he did. Him and his partner Quinn Reeves ended up winning their pro shootout doubles bracket. They ended up playing in Vegas at the pro doubles. They took out, they took out what? Tony Smith and Mark Richards in the first game. That tells you right there. I mean, that's one of the scariest duos in Cornhole, and they beat them. And then right after that, they played Jeremiah Ellis and Ryan Hart in the next game, and just put a beat down in that game. It was crazy, just insane to see elite players getting in there and being on live TV and doing what they do, and showing us that anybody can win if you got the heart, you got the determination, and you got the confidence behind it. But yeah, so huge standout to them. Spencer Fabioner for winning the doubles at state, as well as, man, he's won in a lot of other spots, a lot elite singles, doubles. I mean, he's been killing it everywhere. He's also another Brotherhood sponsored player and a great person to throw with. Another one here, Emax. What can I say about this kid? Local legend around us. He lives about an hour from me, so I get the pleasure to play against him a lot. What can I say about this kid, man? He's just absolutely phenomenal. Very, very skilled. He's confident. He's humble. He's got a great attitude for being a young guy, and and I'm excited to see where his future in Cornhole takes him. But hats off to him at state. I mean, he walked away with 3 plaques. Kid is absolutely incredible. Another Logic player out of Southern California. And I tell you what, man, that kid earned it, and he is just earning it day in and day out. He is just awesome to watch play. He's awesome to throw against. He brings out the best in me. When I throw, I always give my A game when I'm throwing against him. And it's just another kid who's on a mission to be one of the best. And I truly think that he's going to be there. So yeah, those are the shout outs for players. I do, though, want to give a huge shout out to a respected player in the Cornhole world, and that is Joseph Conway. Joseph and his son Landon, which I'm very happy that he is back and he is throwing, because he's another future champ, little young guy, definitely has the skill, and it's good to see him coming back and throwing. It's really exciting. So, but yeah, Joseph, man, I tell you what, very good energy to be around all the time. He's very helpful. He's all over the IE. That's the Inland Empire. He's all over there, and he is constantly just showing his support for everybody. He shows up to all the venues all the time, and I'm not just saying the IE, man. He's gone all the way out to Hawaii, and he's played out there. I mean, he's all over the place. And so if you don't know who Joseph Conway is, but you're in the Inland Empire and you get into Cornhole, you will know who Joseph Conway is. Just a great dude to be around, man. He's a great friend. I've known him since the start of his Cornhole journey. And, and right off the bat, man, he was already the most likable person in the room. So we want to thank him for all the hard work that he's done and all the support that he has shown. Another big shout out that I want to do, and this is kind of like how this podcast is going to be today, is just shout outs and love to everybody who's made an impact in me over the past year. And, as we get this show back on the road, we'll start adding, to the show as far as, different things that have been happening and different, standout performers or whatever. Right. But today is kind of about just getting the channel back up and showing the support and the love for everybody who's been there, for me since day one. So we want to shout out some of the local tournaments that go above and beyond every single week. Some of them do it multiple times a week. I want to thank the Purdue Baggers. Every week they put on amazing venues. They do big ones all the time as well. Shout out to Paul and his family for all the hard work that they put in and it's just a lot of fun to be around these guys. You know, and they have a great positive energy around them, and it's a lot of fun to show up and play in these tournaments. But yeah, you just gotta love them, you know, because they really love the sport, and you know, they're just constantly the same every time you see them. They're always, you know, in a great mood. They always have a great vibe about them, and you know, and hosting a tournament can be stressful, so they do it so well. They handle it well. You know, and it's always great when you show up to a Birdie Bagger tournament. Next, I do want to shout out Nonfiction, another one, man. Chris, who owns Nonfiction, can't thank him enough for all the hard work that he's put in. Just another extremely likable guy, and you know, he loves the game himself. He's very passionate for it, and he helps others. You know, he's got amazing merch out there too with his company. It's just a joy to be around his tournaments, and he brings a lot of heaters. He's got a lot of heaters in his tournaments, so you know, when you win at his tournaments, it's you know that you had to be on your A game that day to get that win. So we want to shout out Nonfiction again on that. Sandbaggers is another one, and they host a couple a week, and that's a lot of work, man. Our boy Avocado running Sandbaggers, you know, want to thank him for what he does. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to show up to their tournaments. A couple new ones that are going up right now. FAFO, the hosted by Wally and 50/50. Man, thank you guys for putting on tournaments, you know, and they're big supporters of the cornhole community as well too. Crooks Cornhole, Sentioto, man, Ricky, who runs that one. M-Town Baggers, which is a tournament I'm actually going to be going to tonight. You know, gotta love these guys for all the hard work that they do, and without them we wouldn't have cornhole, guys. We'd be back and playing, you know, in the backyard. So you know, big shout out to all these you know, cornhole venues and clubs all around us. So yeah, we want to thank them again for all that. So next thing that we do want to talk about is the Cornhole Academy. That's actually something that I do want to bring into the show from here on out, is the Cornhole Academy, and it's just working with some tips and tricks of the sport. And truthfully, I feel, you know, I mean, everybody have an opinion, and this is just an opinion, but I feel that I've gained enough knowledge and skill in this game that I might be able to throw out a few tips and tricks to players out there who either A, are trying to brush up on their skills, or B, they're just brand new to the game and, you know, they're trying to learn something. So today we're going to talk about the consistency of what you are comfortable with and sticking with it. Okay. And what I mean by that is you're going to see a lot of players. If you're starting to throw, or you're watching stuff on YouTube, you're just watching players, you're going to try to mimic them. You're going to try to act like them. You're going to try to throw their way. Don't do it. Okay. Because now you're playing their game. What you need to do, and this is just an opinion, but what I feel you need to do is do what works for you. Okay? If you're new, your bag isn't going to be pretty. It's not going to be a perfect flat bag. It's not going to do all the fancy stuff on it. But with enough practice and repetition, you will then start noticing your game, your bag has changed. You know, everything's going to start looking different. And that's just due to the fact that you are putting in the repetition and the time. But every time that you change up your form, every time that you change a grip or a step or anything like that, let me take a drink here. Throat was getting a little dry there. Every time that you change a step or a form or anything like that, you will then basically reset your entire self. And that is not what you want to deal with. You do not want to reset as you've been progressing through, because you might be up to like a 5 or a 6 PPR, right? And then you had a couple rough games and you're shooting a 4 or a 5, and you're like, all right, something's wrong here. Well, you know, if I do it this way, it's going to be different. If I change to a step or whatever. No, that's going to hurt you. unless you are going to start from scratch, but you're going to hit the drawing board and you're going to practice and practice and practice and practice and practice and keep putting in the rhythm and the reps, then you can make those adjustments. But a lot of people will end up changing up their forms or doing different stuff, and then they show up to a tournament and then they completely crap the bed. Why? Because they're not doing what they're normally used to. Okay? So stick with what you know. Okay? And then when you have a strong knowledge of the game, or you have increased your skill, and there's modifications that you want to do to your game, that's different. You're still going to end up struggling a little bit because you are changing something that your muscle memory has already like acclimated to. So you will end up kind of hitting the crossroads there. But that's do you want to continue doing that? Or do you want to, go back to what you were doing before that? So food for thought. Keep your form the same. Keep it original to yourself. Okay. Everybody has different styles and different forms. And that's what's great about this sport is over my time of playing, I have come across people who have so many different styles, but it works for them. Okay. So just remember that when you're training or you're practicing or you're at tournaments, do your form. Okay. And then you'll get better and better, and you'll start noticing. I mean, when I first started throwing, my bag was not pretty by any means. It was rocky looking. It was just, there's little to no rotation on it. It was just wobbly. And that's just learning how to throw a flat bag, and a lot of it comes in confidence, because I was throwing great bags when I was at home, and then I'd go to a tournament and it wouldn't look anything like the way I was throwing at home. And that's just due to the confidence side of it. So, build your confidence, keep doing the same reps, don't stop, and then don't beat yourself up when you have a bad night. You could end up having one bad game. You could end up having a bunch of bad games. It doesn't mean that you're a bad player. It just means you had a rough night. But don't go and change, your form because you feel like, oh, it was the form. But was it really the form, or was it you that day? So that's my recommendation there. Last thing that I want to do here is a couple pro standout players that I've had the pleasure of meeting over my time and playing against or playing with. I want to shout out players like Jacob Gore, Jackson Gore, Sammy Soto, Hunter Thorne. We got Jeremiah Ellis. We've got Devin Harbaugh. Some awesome players that I've met. That had a good impact on me and have made me hungry to win. Colby Shear, man, is rookie pro, and he's an awesome player, man. Just great guy, great attitude, great mindset. So I want to thank a lot of these guys that I've come across and met, and there's more. The list goes on. But if you got somebody, a pro or anything like that, feel free to put it in the comments, give them give them some love, give them a little shout out, whatnot. Other than that, we don't really got anything else going on other than if you guys follow the ACL pro Kaylee Hunter, you guys know she's on a mission right now to getting her bag company, her sponsor, Fire Cornhole, to like 20,000 followers on social media, I think on Instagram. So if you guys don't follow Fire Cornhole, go follow them, okay? Because she's doing that little bag spin challenge, trying to keep it growing and stuff. So we want to see people succeed, and we definitely want to see these bag companies succeed, because this is what keeps business going, and this is what keeps cornhole going. So, without your guys' love and support, this sport wouldn't be where it is right now. So make sure you guys do go show that love and go check out all the other awesome companies that are out there as well too, and show support and give them a follow. Also, you guys can follow me on my social medias. Instagram is AmericanSpartanTv. You can follow me on Facebook. I'm the ACL Elite player, Richard Nyberg. You'll find me on there, as well as TikTok, AmericanSpartanTV there. And then also YouTube for gaming and streaming. I'm on Twitch and uploading videos on YouTube for gaming content, TV. So if you guys are fans of video games, as you can see, I'm kind of a nerd. You guys can follow me there in my gaming future. I've been doing that content streaming for many, many years, and bringing it back into full swing because I've missed it. And if you guys follow any type of gaming or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me on Twitch, and I live stream it on TikTok as well too. So You guys can find me everywhere. But yeah, make sure you guys give this this video a like, a subscribe, comment, and yeah, we're gonna keep it going. So once again, that's gonna do it here today. About 25 minutes or so of a video, so not super long, not super short, but it was kind of just getting it back into the rhythm and letting everybody know that Cornhole podcast is back, and we're going in full swing. So hopefully here we'll have some special guests here really soon. But yeah, look forward to you guys watching it, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. And then if you see me at any tournaments, man, feel free to come up and say hi or reach out to me or whatnot. You know, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to chat with you guys. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next one, everybody. Have a good one.